Oh, hi everybody. Let's try to do this. Waiting for the bus. I've been busy since the early morning. If it's very windy, well, that's nature. Everybody join the chat. Let me see if you're around. This is Finnish, built by a Finnish company. Good morning, Warhammer. I'm gonna do a little video while I wait for the bus to go to the border. So yeah, the house is called Valo, which means light in Finnish. I believe it's a Finnish company that was built because it says Finnish also. Not the company, it says something about Finnish design or whatever. So guys, this is, I don't know how many days I've been traveling. Over a week for sure. And let me do a recap of my trip. Let's do it like this actually. So guys, I was traveling. Before I came to Russia, I traveled actually to Riga for a vacation. That's where I was born. And Riga for 3 days, traveled back via Tallinn to Helsinki. And right the next morning, after 5 hours I slept in Helsinki, I actually got back to Tallinn on an early morning, ferry. From that, I traveled to Narva. There was I think it was 3 hours wait at the border. And then I traveled walked across to Ivangorod. And then of course I continued to St. Petersburg, my beloved St. Petersburg. That was the travel day was like this. So after that, I was one day I was one night in St. Petersburg at my home, and the next night I already was on the bus traveling to Moscow. Why? Because I was filming Victory Day Parade, which is a huge honor. I'm like still shocked about how amazing experience it was. Go check out my channel for videos on that. Hold up, let me change my hand. Doing this free hand. So yeah, traveled by bus to Moscow. Oh, once already traveled to Moscow from Moscow by bus, and it's quite hard, guys. It's the hardest way to travel to Moscow or from Moscow is by bus. Like seriously, it's a 9.5 hours travel in a sitting position. The only thing harder is travel to St. Petersburg, which is Western made experience. That's because of the Western countries. Well, namely few. Okay, so I traveled the next night. So I spent only one night in basically I feel like it's my home, St. Petersburg, and I traveled to Moscow on the 8th, and day before Victory Day Parade. And today I'm gonna be showing you guys how it all felt like, how did it look like. Can you hear me, by the way? Well, I'm gonna show you how my experience as a press representative. I was an accredited member of the press at the Victory Day Parade, so I'll show you. Today is a premiering video. It's gonna come out like at 5 p.m. So yes, traveled to Moscow, tried to make sure that I was actually going to go to Victory Day. I still was I was accredited, but it was still unsure the day before, believe me or not. So here we go to the 9th of May, the Victory Day, and I got the information later that day that everything was all right, and I was gonna get the pass, but I still didn't hold the pass. So I'm gonna tell you all about the experience of going to the parade and actually on the Victory Day Parade, because a lot of press did not get the ticket. I don't know, it's maybe because of this. Hold up. It should not. It should work. But if I take the microphone off, it's going to be worse. Anyway, so second day in Moscow, and it was Victory Day, and I filmed my whole experience. I believe it's probably the best content about Victory Day Parade, like from behind the scenes, and for sure, go check out my channel for those videos. Okay, so ninth day. The same day, the next early morning, I was already planning to go to provincial Russia, from Moscow to provincial Russia to Voronezh. And I traveled, it was a 8 a.m. train. So I woke up once again like at around 5 or 6, and I was walking already really early to the metro, to the metro and going to the Kazansky railway station. I was 3 days in Voronezh with my relatives. Well, actually, technically, I was at provincial, even smaller town. Voronezh is a big city, but I was in a city of 30,000. And I went to Semiluki to see my relatives. And I got some great stuff that I have to show you. A lot of it is also live streamed already on my channel. Go to the live section of my profile. And yes, so Voronezh, 3 days in Voronezh / Semiluki. Then I left super early at 7 a.m., 7:30. 7:30 I was traveling from Voronezh 3 days later, well actually 4 days later, back to Moscow. I was 2 days ago in Moscow. Actually, I was yesterday morning in Moscow still. Traveled to Moscow. I was there for one evening. I did some filming, live streamed the Moscow city, live streamed the Kremlin. Red Square was closed, but thank God I was already at the holiest of the holy on Red Square on Victory Day a few days before. Nothing beats that. And I was one evening in Moscow, and I traveled again to my hometown, what I consider a hometown, St. Petersburg. And yesterday evening and today early morning, I'm already woke up and traveling onwards towards the West and the European Union, which is the only positive here is that I'm gonna be seeing I'm going back to my wife and my cat, to my family. I love them dearly. So that's the positive. Actually, this is weird. Hold up. All right, we still have time. It's a bit abnormal that the minibus going to Ivangorod, the border town of Russia, is not yet here. Алексей, Игорь, когда Ташкент в гости приедешь? Я хочу в Ташкент. I want to go to Tashkent. I might even have possibility, but listen, I don't get money from this. So if you want to donate, use Super Chat, thank you. But otherwise, I don't get enough money at all, even to cover my traveling costs inside Russia. And that's why I actually have a plan, possibility to travel to Tashkent and somewhere else, but I'm not gonna go now unless I have a special reason. So I really want to, but I'm just not able to do everything. I cannot, if this would bring me money enough, of course I would. But this way I have to choose my places where what I film, etc. Okay, what transportation do you use traveling around Russia? I use usually trains, but like I told you, going to Moscow, the only cheap alternative was bus, so I went by bus. By the way, if you pay by bus, if you go by Ecolines, same company, you can travel to Russia from Tallinn. That's the bus, that's ours. You can use actually European card. All right, that's our bus. And to the border, if you travel only to the border and then you choose your own direction, you could use minibus that I explained. Go check out my channel. Come on, buy Igor a coffee. Yes, guys. And Barley, once again, the platform is blocked in Russia. So, but I saw your email comes through that you supported me a few days ago. So thank you so much again, my brother. I appreciate it. It always brings joy for a little support that I get. So thank you for your buy me coffees. All right, guys, let's see. buy me coffee is always better, guys. Hold up. Oppa. Cheers, guys. Добрый день. Let's put this here. Oppa. This is when I come earlier, I take this seat because I'm a big guy. Уже можно? Там сбоку есть. So I'm heading to the border, guys. I'm heading to the border. I need to go back home to my wife and my cat. But there's a next trip already planned. Hold up, it's hot. So the next trip is already planned to Russia. I'm going to be traveling because so far the furthest I've got to the east is it's actually I think it's like Moscow or maybe Lipetsk or maybe Voronezh. They're all in the same line if you're talking about north-south line direction. So I really wanted to, because I quit my job to travel Russia, and so I actually gonna be traveling to Siberia this summer for quite a few days. So it's gonna be, I don't know how many cities, maybe 10 or more. So that's why I'm really excited. Are your family stay in St. Petersburg? No, they stay in Helsinki. I live in Helsinki. I try to make this happen, work, so I can move to Russia permanently. My wife is from Russia, but because of the work situation or finance situation, because I was working in Finland all my life. I've been in Finland all my life, guys. So that's why we live now in Finland. But I try to make this channel work so I can focus only on traveling to Russia. Then we can move to Russia, or at least I can, have work reasons to travel Russia even more. Because so far I'm using all my health, like I said, health, wealth, and time for this channel for 6 years. Last week we celebrated 6 years of my channel. Even though the channel was created earlier, it used to be like music channel, but now it's actually Igor in Russia since 2019, Victory Day week. That's when I started vlogging. I started vlogging, and I think this channel is one of the greatest there is, especially considering that I'm a foreigner coming from the West, that I'm not an expat, which is fine, which is great, but cheers. You can also support me with a buy me coffee. Guys, if you want to ask questions about traveling to Russia, because there's a lot of stereotypes, wrong information, a lot of wrong fear about traveling to Russia. So that's why I show you like in real experiences how to travel to Russia. Thank you, Warhammer. I hope there's not a lot of I hope there shouldn't be a lot of people, or at least at all. I hope there's no people at all coming from Russia to Estonia right now. What's it like swimming upstream? Marco, that's exactly how I feel of what I do. That's basically, that describes my work on YouTube, which is, how does it feel? It feels rough. It's only and also because with this long time filming, streaming, doing, like, I have filmed more unique stuff than the big channels you've seen before they were even live, and I had some success, etc. But I am shadow banned by YouTube. That means a lot of my videos should get like thousands and they get hundreds, but I've been really tactical about it, and I'm really struggling against the upstream and try to go through the Shadowban, because what is Shadowban? Shadowban means we got 30K approaching, thank God, 30K and so 30K, you should say your views should be around 50% consistent of 40, 50% of your subscribers, and then recommendation. What is Shadowban is it F's you up all directions. So most 90 something percent of your subscribers don't get any notification of your new videos, and YouTube does not recommend your videos to anybody. Hence, I think the word is correct, hence, you get only a few hundreds of views when your colleagues might be maybe 2 times bigger. They still get like in thousands or tens of thousands. So that's the thing. Thank you, Barley Blair. I'm gonna thank you separately. Once again, thank you, my man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. The little that I get is what at least covers some costs. The cost is traveling here, cost is my apartment here, of course. And the main thing, the cost is time. I spend all my time traveling, filming. Nobody has filmed more than Russia than me. Notice, I'm here every few weeks for a few days so far. But does YouTube make better money on your latest? No, I get around maybe I get around 5% of what I make at my job. I was at good job, but it's not about money, quitting my job. Quitting my job was about me being free and traveling to film Victory Day Parade, traveling further Russia, and try my best. If you're in the office job, try to travel to Russia when one day, full day, is you standing in line in Narva, traveling in Helsinki's case, traveling via Narva to St. Petersburg. That's one day. You're gonna feel really physically bad because of the border for one next day. And after that, you can start traveling. If you want to travel Russia by train, it takes, well, the fastest is 4 hours to Moscow. If you want to go further, we're talking about 8, 12 hours, or six minimum, depending on the place. Sometimes if you're lucky, you're able to get like a city, like say for example from St. Petersburg to Pskov, which I haven't visited yet. It's 3.5 hours by bus, by train, but you have to wake up at 6 a.m. That's the only train you can get to if you want to go by 6 hours. So 3 hours. So these type of things. Thank you, Barley Blair. You're doing a great job. Much appreciated. Ты не поверишь, и Сибирь не были. Милости просим. My жена сибирянка. My wife is Siberian, even though we met in St. Petersburg. I really much want to see and plan to see Siberia. Я планирую сейчас поехать в сторону Сибири. Кажется, уже в Сибири это технически будет. Кажется. Может быть, даже нет. Подождите. Where does Siberia start from technically, by the way? I agree, Igor. Sometimes see people who have thousands of videos and only 9K subs, while others have millions of subscribers with only 300 or so videos. Yeah, and I got like 3,000 videos, so I try to battle it first with volume. But for example, now I got some. So, for example, me being on Victory Day Parade on the actual Red Square, that's the best content you can ever get online on YouTube about Victory Day Parade, period. There's nobody else that has that, right? Nobody. So, okay, my new video is like 20, 30K about inside Victory Day Parade. 30,000. 30,000 is something I should get just being walking around on Nevsky, but I'm on Victory Day Parade, so I should get that type of video. Personally, I think should get like 300,000K. Arborist, I don't think it is. This is not propaganda, but in general, if we're talking about propaganda, it works for certain people. Just like I think the Western audience that gets the Western propaganda, which I see every day in the West, which is so ridiculous, but it works also. It's also weak, but it works because the people are so weak in their mind. And they've been prepared all their lives to hate and be scared of Russia. So it's very easy to do the propaganda against Russia in the West. Fortunately, I have broken out of the matrix. No one cares about V-Day Parade. No, listen, on my other platforms, don't worry, on my other platforms I've gained 20 million views, so let's see who laughs the last laugh. So say Moscow, we're talking about YouTube. I have another platform and I have broken I have a huge millions of views monthly, but now I got even better. I increased it by many times. But the other platform doesn't bring any money, like literally anything. Broke out of pan straight into the propaganda fire. Good luck. Nah, why straight up? I've been doing this for 6 years. Any jobs in Russia for a Mexican? I'm sure it is, but language is important. You should know a little bit of language. There's a lot of foreigners working in different fields. I know French person started like a really great chain in Moscow. I was supposed to interview him. I'm going to interview it in some time. Scared of Russia? No, I feel great. I feel better than anywhere else. Can you say anything negative to Russia? Sure, you can, if you want. Depends on what. If you want to get political, you shouldn't. Same thing if you do little political stuff on the West, traveling to Russia as a foreigner, you should. That's also, Do you have your spy glasses? No. What is it to you who said homophobic slurs live yesterday? No, it wasn't me because I wasn't live yesterday. I wonder who that was. I'm the only Igor on YouTube. But I wasn't even live, so I don't know what you're talking about. I've now got my St. George's ribbon for next year. Awesome. And when you come to Russia, haven't been to Russia yet, but once you get to Russia, you can get your own. There's different kinds of more expensive or very cheap ones, but the main thing is that you have a ribbon. That's the most important. Are you in Moscow? I was yesterday early morning still in Moscow, but now I'm in St. Petersburg. And this is Finnish building, by the way, built by Finns. Valo, light. Hey Igor, go out in a Platz with a blank sheet of paper. Why? Well, let's put it like this. Get yourself three colors of similar to Russian flag, and go demonstrate anywhere in Europe who are, in psychosis. Let's see what happens to you. Let's see. Go do that first, then let's talk more. Can you create a business without a paper legality for people who only got small capital for start a business? I'm not sure, but I know that, for example, you can check out Welcome to Russia. It's on my Victory Day Parade descriptions. They can help, or if you're like seriously interested, I can find out. Have you been to the Museum of American Culture? Museum of American Culture is European Union, right? But are you serious? Is there such thing? I don't think so. But if there is, I'm interested. You won't be locked away as you would in Russia. Well, listen. Even the guy who made some propaganda, the sabbatical, he was questioned. He wasn't like, he got out. In the West, the styles are different. So basically, they would just destroy your surrounding, your work. They wouldn't maybe put you in jail because they don't have the money to jail people like that. Funding is a problem, but they would destroy you. If not officially, then media would, if they would, and then your like work environment, etc. Trust me, it's gonna be. It's like that. Britain easily, European Union easily. No Estonian. I was born in Latvia, but I'm from Finland. But the accent is not Finnish. Trust me, it's not Finnish. I'm not trying to speak correctly because it's too early and I'm tired. Hold up. It's your home address. I'll pay a visit soon. All right. It's St. Petersburg, Russia. Bring your visa. Russia started. I don't know about small, and I don't. It's much more complicated. We're not. By the way, this channel is not political, so I'm not interested on debating any this and that. Create businesses, all right. Imagine being paid to do this. It's a dream. That's what I try to do, guys. I have brought people. I know that people from all the way from Colombia, have traveled, and the person was last year or 2 years, last fall. He actually came, saw my live stream. That was Julian, was awesome guy, for example. And I know many cases publicly thanking me for, traveling to Russia because of my videos. Zero, cool. If it's boring, go throw yourself in the dumpster. Exactly, correct. So yeah, you are advertising live in Russia. It's political, whether you want to. No, it's not political. Sorry. No, I'm not gonna go into that. Just because you say so, it doesn't. It's not political. You make it political because in the West, anti-Russian propaganda is so crazy that you cannot discuss culture, you cannot discuss language, all the things that are like untouchable. So they have tried to, in their propaganda, they try to make it as if it's part of the thing. Hold up, what time is it? Jay, happy birthday, man. Man, I'm being bullied on my own live stream. Well, anything for algorithms, go for it, guys. Go for it. Hello from Ireland. Show around. Yeah, sure. Sorry, guys. Let's go a little bit. Man, I was talking so much that I forgot to show you. This is just some random neighborhood. It's pretty far from the central. This is not the. It's not the most. It's not the outskirts of the city, but the outskirts of the city are even better than this. But this is not far from Международная, for example. This here on the side, you can see, by the way, see Victory Day, all the Victory Day things. Thank you. Is it Sir? You pronounce it Sir? Oh my God, my back. So yeah, I really appreciate it. And this here is a metro station, but it's also around the corner is a really awesome, pretty good shopping mall with a entertainment center. And that's this typical 80s neighborhood over there. That's not neighborhood, that's like a factory though. Hello, Canada. Rabada Plaza, Palo Hotel City, and these are apartments on top. It's a bit upscale here. It's not super, but it's above, more expensive. People coming out the metro. Yeah, wind. Yo, mama, my fan, no problem. I always love to show around, but somehow didn't want, I don't know. I might show you from the bus as well, if you keep on subscribing. All right, Dara. Goodbye for somebody. Does your mic have some issue? Sorry. Yeah, you have some bigger technical buildings here. I don't know. Be on the side street of the shopping mall, metro. You're gonna see more, guys, of them. I can show you around once we leave. You're gonna see the city. You're gonna see the southern center of the city. It's really beautiful, Stalinist era. Really unbelievable experience. I'm from European Union, guys. I'm gonna show you more from the bus. So yeah, this is like an area between neighborhoods. So that's why, and it's like privately owned. Oh, there's a dog. It's not a stray, don't worry. All right, guys, here we go. Yeah, you gotta check out my channel. I have 2,800 videos. You can check my link to the map with the interactive locations. Yes, this is Russia. This is St. Petersburg. Not outskirts, but further from the city. Rocky Mountains, still snow here. It's so windy, it's gonna block the sound, but otherwise it's gonna be okay. But I'm gonna be in the bus, so I won't be shouting in the bus. We're gonna leave soon to the border, go to Pisochne. Where is Pisochne? Yeah, the city is amazing, guys. I'm not. This is just random spot that I'm standing here. It's going to be 11 p.m. in just a minute. And those little enclosed balconies on those apartments. Yes, these are enclosed balconies. That's very typical in newer buildings. New built buildings. Yeah, people don't hang around in the balconies. By the way, in Russia, people don't hang out in balconies and don't make any funny jokes about people falling off balconies otherwise. But balcony is not a place to chill. It's a place to, store things, or for smokers. That's a hotel. No, this is apartments. I saw somebody. Hold up. I saw somebody. Yeah, nobody, especially here, why would you be chilling here when there's nothing to do. Thank you so much. Тебе нравится у нас. Of course, I love St. Petersburg. Самый лучший город в мире. Россия самое лучшее место в мире. Yeah, парков зелени, exactly. The problem is the new built areas don't have enough trees. They don't have enough parking spots. Correct, это правда. I travel here for many years, since 2017. Every few weeks I travel to Russia, and I more and more cannot be without Russia. So right now I've been here for like 10 days. Like I said, guys, посмотрите мой видео с Красной площади со Дня Победы. Check out my video on Victory Day Parade in Moscow. I'm gonna show you around. Once we start to move, you're gonna see some city. You're gonna be amazed, even though we're not going to the center. I'll sing a song later, once I get through. Okay, what time is it? Support the economy. Well, if it's that support, then be it. Then let it be. Yo, you live near. Wow, Dimitri, are they cool? How good are they? Oh shit. Yeah, we're gonna move now. We're late. 2 minutes late. I have expensive internet. I got like 30 gigabytes for like $6. That's too much, but that's what it is. Hello, everybody. Subscribe. Oh my god, a young person. Where is the propaganda now? He's young. What? Young man. No, every month. 30 gigabytes for per month. No, that's expensive. It should be half the price almost. Hotel rooms are great. There are a lot of cafes and bars right there. Yeah, we're gonna pass fucking short. guys, if you want to support with a super chat, use it. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the town from the bus window, minibus window. Film this for you to see how proper city looks like. Clean, nice, working, people doing stuff. Before I go to the west to see the drug addicts, bums, homelessness, alcoholics, and empty stores. I'm gonna tell you about that in today's video. It's gonna be out in the evening. Yeah, I think I might use it MTS. My wife has MTS. It's way better. But I guess I've had this since 2000. I don't know what year. 18, 17. Yeah, you can see here. It's a Finnish company built. You eat there. Visited Kaliningrad and Moscow some weeks ago. Thank you for your videos. They helped me a lot. Thank you, Mr. Jack. It's always nice to hear, to get these comments, knowing that my work, well, sort of pays off. Not financially. Is it outside today? It's really warm and hot, yeah. So this is like a factory here. This is not an apartment building. Zero, are you sarcastic? This is freehand. Oh, of course not. But the south of Russia might. All right, thank you, Zerok. Do Russians speak English too, like in a cafe restaurant? Quite poorly, but a few words here and there. Depends on the person. subscribe because I have tons of great material from Russia. SF unit, yes, I'm married to Russian. Well, if you go to Sydney, away from Sydney for 15 kilometers, let's see how does it look like. This is 15 kilometers from the center, which is one of the greatest cities in the world. So I feel comfortable. I feel good about that. The odds. No, I don't. That's why I'm a foreigner. I travel with a visa. Push like and subscribe, everybody, and use super chat if you want to support my vigorous work to show you real Russia. Right, we're gonna go to the south of St. Petersburg, Moskovsky region. It's gonna be really beautiful. I'm gonna show that a little bit. Look at this. These are Stalinist era buildings from the 1950s. Finnish people speak pretty well English. People live in these buildings. These are apartments. This is St. Petersburg, John. This is Seth Rogen. Oh shit. That can't be good. No way. Yeah, these buildings are well in Russia. Let's say St. Petersburg. Everything is kept well kept. even though the older buildings, all the buildings have been in need of repair, like old historical ones. And these buildings here barely are Stalinist buildings, which means from the 50s, and these are one of the best apartments because they are so well built originally, even before Khrushchevkas, which were the quite opposite. Around the city, there's also you will see cottages and stuff, so it depends. 2 houses exit in the city. You mean the entrance? The entrances are, well, this is military shop. But there's entrance in from the outside, and usually, by the way, usually from the inside, from the courtyard. Alcohol shop on the right, also an internet shop. Победа, Victory, military shop, and then you got Jacob something. Hello, Kelly. You should see downtown Tulsa. The buildings are gorgeous. I will. I hope I will. I hope I really will. Tulsa is something I wanna visit for sure. First, I got this trip across Russia, a few thousand kilometers. Right, guys, look at this. Enjoy, check it out. This is Moskovsky neighborhood region, district of St. Petersburg, far from the city. Oh, Central Railway, Central Library. It's really amazing inside, guys. Yeah, it is, guys. It's really beautiful. This is a really cool neighborhood. I really like this neighborhood. It's not a touristy at all. We're gonna pass Lenin Square, or did we pass already? No, it's up ahead, but it's on the other side, unfortunately. Free Vitaly. Vitaly is an American, guys. He's an American. All of a sudden, he's become a Russian YouTuber. He hasn't been a Russian YouTuber like ever. And I know it. I do follow him, you know, in a weird way. These are normal houses, guys. These are apartment buildings. All of these. Do you think it's better to buy a phone in Russia? No, don't buy a phone in Russia. It's there are, unless you want to buy a really cheap one, but there's no reason to buy. He's from Russia. Yeah, he's from Russia, but he hasn't been Russian all his life. I don't know how young he was when he moved to Russia from Russia. What, 2 years? I don't know if he's got passport even. He never said he was Russian, unless it's for the joke. Guys, remember to push like and use super chat. Why would anybody travel to Russia? Well, I have tons of videos about that. Why? Because A, this is the greatest country in the world. People are the greatest in the world. There's so much to see, so much to taste. And yeah, you'd love it. Everybody who's here have loved it. Vlad, and no, I haven't seen that. Handyman black people in Russia. I see them from time to time, usually students, yeah, there are a few celebrities as well who speak like Russian perfectly, but they're like 100% black. Are we gonna pick somebody up? He's doing a Russian McDonald's.
Куда? Да.
Куда или подъезд один? Вещи закинем, нет?
Сейчас.
Или я ноги поставлю? Где-то.
Закройте, я назад поставлю сейчас.
I've never been to America. Depends on. I know that a lot of Americans are in awe of Russia. So I would say yes, but I'm sure there are a lot of things that are better in America. But America/European Union, you know. Me personally, I want to live in Russia after living all my life in European Union. Habib. Thank you, Barley. Yeah, Afrolev is a great guy. Very smart. Good talking points. Let's see if we do something some point again. Many blessings. Thank you so much. Hello, Australia. That's the Russian McDonald's, guys. No problem, Annabelle. I know that a lot of Americans will want to move to America, and those who know about Russia more want to move to Russia. But knowing that much about Russia needs you to be active because of the stereotypes are so strong, so people don't know actually about anything. What's real Russia about? I am from Finland.
Денежку сейчас нет?
Давайте.
Thank you, Candy.
Пересдать?
Сдачи, да?
Пересдать?
Нет, желательно, конечно.
Javier, that's a video for another time. Robert Kelly. It's too cold in Russia. Well, there is hotness. There is south of Russia, of course.
Вот так, да, и не 15 или 20. И сам край полчаса, да, если в пробку попадаем.
Что иметь в виду? Сейчас
А телефон номер у вас не было. Эстонский номер был.
Да, жалко подарил.
You can always check out American Expat.
Полчаса заедете, сюда приезжаем, да, или 20, 20-15, так бывает, да.
Alright, guys, this is the exit of the city almost. Check it out. And you don't see it, but there's a beautiful hold on. for Siege of Leningrad. Heroes of Siege of Leningrad. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you know later on. Subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you later on. Okay. New Jersey, bye bye. Miami, Florida. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna chill for a second. Well, stay. Well, I'm gonna show you a little bit of suburbs then, but you need to use Super Chat to support my channel, guys, or buy me coffee. These are normal 80s buildings. I go live from time to time, especially in Russia. I go daily live in Russia. Let's see, maybe in Narva, maybe in Tallinn, if everything is okay, guys. But I really want to stream live in Russia. Now I'm traveling away. So guys, subscribe, of course. This is outside the city right now, technically. And we're gonna go on the highway. But the turn is bad once you go out of the city. It's bad internet already, so I see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, Barley.